CMD Boxing Reports, Ronell Higg reporting here, and I am back at it for the boxing fanatics. So first and foremost, I would like to give a shout out to one of my favorite channels, which happens to be Big Face Worldwide. He's another channel that has some very good content. So go sub to his channel. However, I seen this story about Crawford wanting to face some of the other title holders at 147 on Big Face Worldwide's channel last night. However, I didn't have any time to spare to do my own research and put my own view out on it, right away. But hey, I'm doing it now, so let's get it on. Now, Crawford's team is coming out talking about how Crawford doesn't want, to do what everyone expected from him. And that's facing some of the top 5 or 6 ranked boxers by the WBO. Hey, the man wants some of the best at 147. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, I'm going to put it out there by saying that Crawford has a lot of heart by wanting to face some of the greats at 147 right away. This type of move here brings me back to the days of Felix Trinidad when he made up a list of tough opponents. Well, some of them were hype jobs, all right, but most of them were tough. I mean, with Trinidad coming from 147 to 160 to face the likes of William Joppy and Bernard Hopkins was mind-blowing. Some boxing fans, including myself, thought that William Joppy would be the first man to defeat former welterweight and super welterweight champion in Felix Trinidad. Boy, was we wrong. But we all know who was the first man to defeat old Trinidad, so there's no need for me to boast on about it. However, with some of the politics that's going on in the welterweight division, it looks like some of the champions will be stubborn and will makes it very difficult for Crawford to face them, for his next challenge. And that's if he gets past Benavidez, that is, which most of us believes he will. But with these other champions, such as Earl Spence, who wants to play that bullcrap role, I'm going to take care of my side of the street crap, is the only thing that could stop one of the biggest fights that the boxing fans really wants to see. And what I means by, the boxing fans, I'm talking about the ones like myself who don't gives a flying crap, from a fly's butt, about what network or promoter company these fighters are with. We just want to see two of the best face each other. I mean, really, all this talk about I'm with this network and this promoter or advisor and he's with that network and et cetera, to me, that type of talk is like nothing but new age ducking. Because really, it's not like fights between two fighters with two different promoters and networks never happened before. I mean, we had Trinidad, who was with Don King when he challenged De La Hoya, who was with Bob Arum. We had Lennox Lewis, who was with HBO, who challenged Mike Tyson, who was with Showtime. Now, I believes that, they both had, the same promoter in Don King, but still, the fight happened, although they were on different networks. All this talk about different networks and promoter excuses that some of these boxers are using, to me, it's not only new age ducking, but I also sees it as straight up segregation. I mean, really, it's like you had two public buses heading in the same direction. And then, you has people who wants to board these buses just to get where they has to go. But there's one problem. You had some ding dongs who wants to ride on a bus with people who are as the same race as them. Why? What for? Y'all all going in the same direction, but they segregates them anyway. But if you takes a good look at the picture, all these people are in the same boat because they're all taking public transportation. And there's one of two reasons why. Either they can't afford their own transportation or they don't have a license. So really, no one is better than like anyone else here in this picture. But there's some who just want to be jerks. Likes to say, I'm too good to be around those race of people. I want to be with my own race, the superior race. Well, if being the race you are makes you so superior, then why are you using public transportation like the other people, that you claims your race is so superior over? It's just plain stupid. And that's what I see here with some of these boxers. What makes you think that the company and network you fights on so different than the other fighters, who's with a different company or network than you? I mean, really, people are people and boxers are boxers. We all in the same gang here. All right. So we really got to stop this stuff here. I mean, we has enough going on in the heavyweight division. Certain fights can't happen and whatnot. We got all this, back and forth wishy-washiness. And man, my goodness, it's getting real sickening and it's getting tiring. And from the way it looks, with now the welterweight division and these guys with the PBC and top rank, this, that, and the third, it's really is starting to water down the sport. Okay, for real. Like the next generation, who knows? These guys might be the last generation of boxing. All right. I mean, they really, really making this sport look bad. For real. I mean, we got enough going on in the heavyweight division, like I said before. And now we got these welterweights here. I mean, I understand that, Al Heyman had some beef with Golden Boy and Bob Arum. Okay, yes, I understand that. All right. But, hey, look, hate to say it, but this is business. Okay. All right. We have a guy who wants to fight. And you got Earl Spence talking about, well, within 2 years, I'm going to move up to 154. But before I do that, I'm going to unify the division first. Well, look, you can do that right now. You have a guy who wants to face you. Stop trying to say, well, I'm going to unify the division, but I'm going to do it on my end. That's that discrimination crap. All right. You got a guy who wants to face you. So you can start with him. Fight him for his WBO title. So, man, hopefully this stuff happens. This Earl Spence dude, stop this stubborn stuff, you know what I mean? And, become a boxer. And like, y'all all in the same game. Whenever y'all walk into the ring, y'all both had the same exact worries. Don't matter what promoter you have or advisor or what network you on, y'all all has the same worries when heading towards that ring. You all have butterflies in your stomach. You all are praying the same way I'm walking in, the same way I want to walk out. Doesn't matter. So that's my take on this CMD boxing reports. And I'll catch you on the next one.